What is going on, guys? Welcome back to ETS 2. We're continuing somewhere where we left off in the last one. So, what we're actually going to do today is we're actually going to head a little bit north here on the Isle of Man, where we currently are. So we're going to head up here to Ramsey, and we're going to actually just go unlock this place anyway, just to see if we can get a couple more jobs than what we currently can get. We're not getting a great amount, so let's head on out, shall we? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good week and everything so far. When this video comes out, it is a Thursday. Thursday fun days. I do like Thursdays. I tend not to like Fridays so much, but I'm not a Friday person. A lot of people like Fridays because, you know, it's the last day of work before the, you know, they have to call it a day. But I have a reason why I don't like them. Usually because I've got to cram in more than a day's worth of work into a Friday and then go home. And usually it causes headaches for me. So, not really a fan of Fridays. I am once I get home on a Friday night and I'm like, yeah, I'm done with work. But no, most Fridays I'm just like, don't like them too much. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's excited for the Friday. Please let me out, thank you. Currently we are driving without a trailer, which means we're making zero money right now. Right now we're driving mileage and we're not getting paid for it. Welcome to the Isle of Man. It's very pretty and white. I love the snow. If you guys didn't know, I've mentioned it a few times before in the past. But actually, there's no speed limit up here. But yeah, I do like the Isle of Man. I also like the snow. Sorry. I do like the snow a lot. I don't know what it is about snow. I just enjoy it. I miss it. Every now and again, like right now, we get like a couple of days worth of. Not sure what happened there. Engine just cut out. Maybe because it's a bit damaged. Right. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull over here for a moment. We're just going to see if we can get ourselves a good job. That's going over towards Denmark. Oh, we've got Manchester. Also got okay. France, Portsmouth. Yeah, and then back where we came from. Right, I think what we'll do is we're going to take one of the jobs from here, and I think we're going to go to good old Manchester, I think. Let's go to Manchester. It's not going to be a very long drive, not a very long video today, but it is what it is. Unfortunately. To be honest with you, I haven't actually got very long to record today, so normally I would actually stop the record and make sure everything's okay, but I haven't had the time to today. Right, where's our... right there. Right, let's spin her around. And we'll start backing on up. Yeah, cows. There we go. Not the best coupling job I've ever done, but it'll do. Right, we're off to Manchester. So I'm going to repeat myself from last episode. Just in case you guys have missed it. So I do apologize to the people who do watch every ETS video. But I was suffering with a pulled muscle, which turned into like a trapped nerve in my neck. The main reason why ETS hasn't been a huge thing on the channel recently. I did it a while ago. Did it right back at like the beginning of January, and then it just progressively got worse and worse. And I don't know, it's sort of like gone away, but it's still there. Like now I can like I couldn't really look over my right shoulder. Like normally I can like touch my chin on my shoulder. Yeah, I could maybe get it about maybe an inch and maybe it's 2 inches away from like my shoulder, which is, I don't know, maybe it's about like 20 centimeters or so. Ish. I don't know how much, I didn't really measure it, but it wasn't that far really. And it was really hurting. The main reason I've got track IR turned off, like normally I turn on track IR so I can actually see what I'm doing inside the cab, and it like tracks my head. But yeah, we've got that turned off because like still can't quite haven't got full motion back yet. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But yeah, I'm still struggling a little bit. Like, well, to be fair, it was fine like Friday last week. Saturday, when I'm recording this is the Sunday, so it's still a little bit tight today. It's worse. It's the worst it's been in more than a few days, but it's right now it's manageable. Is the best way of. It's like manageable pain. It was like a dull pain, and it was really bad. I wasn't really enjoying myself, really. Right, we're heading over here because we're going to head over towards Manchester. I thought Manchester was like here. Because I don't know Manchester that well. No, Manchester's a bit inland, isn't it, really? Yeah, it is. Now when I think of it. Like, usually when I go to like places like Florida and stuff like that, we always tend to fly out of Manchester Airport. But like where I live, like in the northeast of England, we tend to travel all the way down to Manchester, and it's usually fun. To be honest with you, I actually, like, for me now these days, like, traveling is like so much easier. Like, to be honest with you, I did like a lot of traveling when I was younger, to where like now traveling to me is like so much fun. To be honest with you, time flies when I travel. I love it. I love traveling. The only thing I hate about traveling is sometimes the sitting. That plays a toll on me, especially if the seat's not comfortable. Like if I'm in like my car or something like that, when I go away, I always tend to go away on my car because the seats are actually really comfy. So yeah, that's what I love to do. But like when we came back from Florida, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but the seats on the flight back, they were so bad. Like when I say like really bad, like they were like so uncomfortable. Like you could only really sit on them for a few minutes, and it felt like the padding underneath just disappeared, and like your behind just like went to sleep. It was not comfy at all. Like that flight back, because it was like I don't know, it was like a 7-hour flight back, but like it was like a night flight as well. Like we tend to get like night flights when we come back from Florida, just because there's so much. It's nice because usually you can get some like sleep on the flight back, but honestly, the flight back was terrible. It was probably the worst flight I've ever had. Yet again, the plane we were in was actually one of the oldest in the fleet. And I was just like, yeah, that thing needed updating into like the 21st century. Like, well, it was in the 21st century. It needed updating to modern standards. Like, it needed some better seats in it, and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't remember if I've ever really spoken about like the last day I had in Florida. Honestly, it was it was a fun day, but yeah, like we ended up we didn't know that our flight got pushed back by more than a couple of hours before we went to the airport. Like we ended up having to spend a bit longer in the airport than we thought. By a bit longer, I mean like we had to spend a few hours in the airport. So, I think our flight was like supposed to be at like, I think it was like supposed to be like 6 o'clock or something like that, and it got like pushed back to like 9. I don't even think it was like that. I can't remember what when the flight times were now. It was something like that, but it was quite a big pushback. You know, like I think our flight was, I think it was like supposed to be 3, I think, or something like that. We're supposed to land at like early in the morning, like pre 6 o'clock in the morning. So we had like all day on that Thursday, technically back in the UK. But yeah, no, we got delayed, and we ended up having. Well, we actually got there a lot quicker than we thought we were going to get back, and we had to actually taxi somewhere to where we had to sit there and hold for a while, because the gate we were supposed to go on to, or the stand we were supposed to go on to, one of the other flights was actually still sat on it, which hadn't actually vacated the spot yet. So we had to actually sit there for about, like, not kidding you, about 30 minutes, just waiting for the stand to clear. I think they had to actually push the people who were on the stand. They had to do like a hurry up and get me off the stand type of thing, just so we could get on. But honestly, like sitting there in that chair for that extra, like I had to keep on getting up. I actually fell asleep for, I don't know, I had like one of the worst nights sleep. I kept on falling asleep for a bit and then waking up, falling asleep, waking up. And it was really me backside, which was really really hurting, to the point of where I had to keep on getting up. Like I really did have to keep on getting up. It was just uncomfortable the entire flight. Are you freaking joking me, man? Oh well. Well, we had a bit of a crash there. Hopefully it didn't damage our cargo. No, we're all good. Good. But yeah, that was my flight back. So we ended up having to go into the airport a bit earlier than we thought. Spending more time in the airport. We actually spent, I don't know, maybe it's about like 4 hours or something like that in the airport. Like usually we like to get there a couple of hours early, especially if it's like a long haul flight, just in case. Usually more than likely it gets delayed. We actually check the night before and the morning of to see if like our flight got like delayed or anything. They said nope, everything's departing there on time. And then when we arrived, we were like, well, on our tickets, on everything else, it says that we're supposed to be leaving at this time. And the ladies ended up going like, oh, we can't check you in. Well, what do you mean you can't check us in? On all of our stuff here, even on the email, it says that, look, we're supposed to be here by this time. And because it was like delayed by that much, like, they had to actually take our bit of paper into consideration and actually go, oh yeah, well obviously your flight got delayed and this, that and the other. And they actually ended up taking our bags. Well, to be honest with you, we were fully expecting our bags not to show up at the other side. But once we got to the other side, our bags were like the first ones off as well, which was like, we were like, oh wow, okay, like, we were surprised. We were really, really surprised. I'm telling the story all over the place because I'm trying to recall it. To be honest with you, I usually have some like notes, what I usually read from, just so I make sure I don't repeat myself. But I'm like recalling the memories and stuff like that as I'm telling them, so you're gonna have to forgive me a little bit. My storytelling right now is not the best. But yeah, we ended up being like the first bags on, and then I drove all the way home, so that was it was a fun trip, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. I really would do it again in a heartbeat. Like some days I'm just like, I really wish I was over there or somewhere else. You know, like, to be honest with you, like, I love the UK, it's my home. I love being here. Like, I got friends, family, and everything else what lives here. Like, I don't know if I could actually... I could go over there and live, like, permanently. Like, maybe it's, like, you know, during, like, a couple of times a year, like, say, like maybe it's, like, February to, like, March, April, maybe, and then come back to the UK, and then go back over, like, say, like, October, November time again, and come back for, like, the festive period. Just because I love the snow. I love, like, to be honest with you, I really like the beginning of the year. Like, just before you get to spring. And then once spring happens, maybe go spend some time in the summer over there, maybe. I don't know. It's a dream. If I ever had enough money to do so, I think I would have, like, a holiday home over there, maybe. Our customers are expecting a delivery soon. Arrive on time. Yeah, we're making it there. Don't you worry, we're making it there. Actually, I haven't even got a screenshot for this video. Nyong. Screenshot. Yeah. But yeah, you couldn't really write the journey home we had. The last day though was actually a good day. I actually really enjoyed that last day. To be honest with you, sometimes like the most fun days for me are actually when I travel home or when I'm traveling to a destination. More traveling to the destination is when I have the most fun. I do like the trip home. I do. Sometimes it's just like, you know, like the day you come home from like a journey and you're arriving back at home, you end up finding the things you end up leaving before you went. You're like, oh, I'll tidy that up when I come back or something like that. Or you forget that, oh yeah, I left that in that state. Whoops. You know, like, cause you're in like a rush to like get like the last minute essentials packed. Yeah, I ended up leaving a few things laid out, to be honest with you. Like, there's a few things where I was just like, I came back and my cousin ended up calling me out on it because he checked in the house and stuff like that while I was away. He's like, you left this laid out, and I just went, oh yeah, I did. Whoops. So yeah. Ah, Stockport. All right. I know Manchester well. But more than a few hours here in Manchester. The day we flew out though as well, that was a good day. Remember that very well. A lot of fun. I do miss traveling. Every time I go traveling, I don't do it that often. I always have an amazing time, and I always want to go back. always the case when you travel. You always want to come back. Well, you always want to go back, and you always want to come back home. Like, I do like coming home. Like, to be honest with you, by the end of the trip, I can't remember if I've said this before. I've said this a few times to friends and stuff like that. But by the end of the, I was like ready to come home. Like, you know, I was just like, yeah, I want to be in like my own bed at home and be comfy and cozy and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to be back. Nope, we completely stalled out there. I think I had the brakes there a little bit too much. But yeah. By the end of me holiday, I wanted to be home. The first time I've ever really been like that, though. Ever, really. There's a lot of times where I've been away and then went, I don't want to come back yet. I want to stay. But yeah, by the end of that one, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I want to be home. I want to be back to normal. I want to go back to work. It was a long holiday though. I was away for quite some time. I also didn't really mention it here on the channel that much while I was away. And I also didn't really hype it up or anything on the channel, just because there's a few reasons behind it. But yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere this year actually. If I am, I'm going away local within the country, so I don't plan on disappearing anywhere or anything. I think this year I'm going to work on my setup a little bit more. This year I'm going to start looking at a house I can buy. That is one of the biggest things I'm probably going to look at this year, potentially. I'm not going to probably buy this year. I'm just going to start perusing this year. So that'll be interesting. Right, what we need to do is, once we've been in here and dropped this off, we need to go find somewhere to go fill up. Right, where do you want it? There? I can do that. I actually like the MAN indicator light noise. It's actually quite pleasant. One of my car isn't though. I don't like that one so much. But yeah, we're desperate for fuel. We're massively out here. Not like me, usually I get that lined up quite easily, but this time I did not. Last two times I actually haven't done that very well. Usually I'm quite good at lining these guys up. There we go. That was about a second attempt. Right, there we go. Yeah, we're starting to get XP a lot smaller now. I think I need to start taking on some long hauls, I think, is where the money's going to be at now. Or at least the XP, I think. The more distance we travel. Right, let's have a look. Is there anywhere where I can get fuel from? Over here. That's on my way out. But I think what we do is we maybe come down here and then head over here. If I head down here, then we'll put marker on over here and we'll go park up for the night. It just means we're going to have to desperately get fuel in the morning. Alright, let's go. quite a few cars coming, so we won't jolt out into the road yet. Now we will. But yeah. That was my holiday in a nutshell last year. Don't think I've really ever spoken about it on the channel that much, but yeah, it was fun. Something I would like to repeat again, I think, but it's a lot of money really to go over there, and things aren't as cheap as it once was. Even in dollars, like the price of things in dollars have gone up. Obviously, the amount of like UK currency to US currency is not the best either at the moment. Not as good as it used to be. Like when I used to go over when I was a lot younger. Like some of the pricing was actually really good on dollars. Like it was something like for every £1 you got over like $1. Sorry, it's over like, so every pound it was like $2 something, which was crazy. It's crazy now, but yeah, price to dollar, pound to dollar now is not as good as it once was at all. I miss that. Thank you. We're gonna get in there. This thing can actually turn really well. That'll do. And that there's going to be the day for us. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and sleep in between now and the next episode. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. It's actually not really been very long at all. But yeah, ETS is back. We'll probably end up doing some more longer haul stuff coming up here in the next couple of episodes. So if you guys are sticking around for that, they do come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Any day that begins with a T, it comes out. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days where we play ETS. So anyway, I'm going to end this one right here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys have, please do hit the like button. If not, there's always a dislike button right next door. Hit subscribe if you guys haven't already. Other than that, I will see you guys all in the next one.
What the fuck are you doing, Morgan?